So welcome back to my channel. This is a game that ShootAndScoot sent me. Another one in his TDs. He's very good in TDs. If you've seen a lot of the videos that we've posted on the channel, he's featured in TDs, and he's in the SU-122-44, which is the Russian Tier 7 premium TD. Really good tank. One of the fastest DPMs, one of the highest DPMs in the game. Really nice thing. He's platooned up with Pixie Pincher, who's in the Panther, tank I really like very much, and new name in the channel, Marco 71 is in the T-37 light tank. They're on Serene Coast. It's a tier 9 match, so they've kind of got the bum deal here, and I have to say this is a map I find really hard to do in a TD. Especially in this spawn. In the north spawn there seems to be more positions for TDs. In this spawn there are fewer and they're more obvious. So Shoot has gone up on the railway line. He's relying on his team to spot things, and he can provide fire support. That's the theory. Here's bottom tier, so you know, when you're bottom tier or near bottom tier, you can be justified in being a little bit more cautious, shall we say, and particularly when you're in a TD like this, you just want to keep the gun firing. So there was a tree went down over the back there. He keeps getting a lock just as that T-37 pops around the corner, but it's not good enough to actually get a shot. He still hasn't fired a shot. Oh, he did then. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. That was someone in front of him. Oh, he had a shot, that 1390, but it pulled back just as he fired, which was a real shame. There's a Type 61, which is a brute of a Japanese medium tank. I really like that tank very much. One of my favourite in the game. Our T-49 took a big smack, and here goes the 1390, but Shoot just couldn't get the shot away while he was still visible. And this is the problem in this map for me, is that you get in a position like this and you really just can't influence the game. You know, on the face of it, he should have some really good sight lines from where he is, but he's very exposed. Excuse me, and it's really hard to actually get a shot on anything. So he's pushing forward a bit further, and this is where you really put yourself at a huge risk of being hit by any of the enemy team who are camping down the middle there. Has he fired a shot? Fired one shot, hasn't he? Done no damage. His team, however, are absolutely creaming this, 6-2. So, you know, they're doing very well. The heavies are all pushed down the peninsula, down the 9-0 area. However, his team have lost the 1-2-3 line. There's just that T-54 E1 and a Jag Panther, and then Pixie and the Panther trying to hold up quite a number of enemy tanks that are coming down that. But that clearly means to Pixie that ShootAndScoot that there probably isn't much back here in the enemy base. So he's going to come trundling up. I think I would have been tempted to go up through the gap. Yes, he's going to, and try and get around the rear and the side of those TDs who are holding up our heavies on the corner of the peninsula. So there's a Jag Tiger there, Jag Panther even, sorry. Oh, and the enemy team have come back. Oh, that's a bit of a... he wasn't expecting that. However, he can still get some surprise booty sex on these boys. T-37 hit him, but he's going to ignore him. Waffle doesn't seem to realise he's there. Now he realises he's there. And maybe Shoot should have put a tracking shot in there, but he sets him on fire instead. Marco's gone down. The Scorpion G puts a good shot into him. The T-37 is just chasing Shoot down, but not doing enough damage to really worry him. Reverse ram. T-37 has clearly got a thing about Shoot, and he's trying to circle strafe him, but there's no way. The lovely thing about the SU-122-44 is it rotates very rapidly. For a TD, it's got some supremely good mobility. So it's 12 plays 5. His team is winning quite convincingly. They're going to go kill all. Obviously, kill all is the shout. Can't say I blame them. There's an artillery sitting there. He's sort of playing a bit. Oh, the artillery's not even looking. 340 damage. Very, very nice. Scorpion gets a cheeky ram kill. I like it. I like your style, matey. Pixie's working over the last remaining Skoda T50, and even though the Panther has very low alpha, that Skoda was pretty damaged, and it is the end of the game. So hopefully he should kill him before anybody else gets to interfere. A lot of bonus points for taking down a tier 9 tank in a tier 7 tank. But Pixie's almost got him. Is Shoot going to get the kill? He's locked on. No. Unlucky, mate, unlucky. Tried to take the kill, but didn't. So he talked about the fact that he couldn't believe that they didn't kill him, and I actually couldn't believe they didn't either. He got right in amongst all those TDs. The Waffle took ages to realise that he was there. The Scorpion, don't know what he was playing at. The T-37 was the only one who really seemed to pay any attention to Shoot coming right in the back. Jag Panther was on low health, so he had no real chance unless he'd been watching his mini-map carefully. But you know, it's testament to hold your hit points, hold your nerve, don't panic. Shoot did nothing for most of the first part of that game. He fired one shell, that was it. Meanwhile his team were doing okay, and then he saw the opportunity, realised that most of the enemy TDs were guarding the peninsula, and the other flank, the 1-2 line, his team had lost, so that meant there was probably very little covering the middle, and indeed when he pushed up there was nothing covering the middle, and he managed to drive all the way into the enemy cap and into the rear of those TDs without being spotted. And map awareness is one of those things you've really got to learn in the game. You know, look at what the enemy have got, what you can see, where they are, and sort of make an educated guess. I think at worst Shoot would have encountered maybe one TD in the middle, and as it was, he didn't find any. He just was able to drive straight into the cap unspotted pretty much, and then he got lucky. Once he got into the cap, he get in amongst those TDs, and it was amazing that nobody killed him. He was a tier 7 in amongst all those big heavy tier 8s and 9s. So anyway, he got an ace tanker, he got bruiser, and he got fired for effect. Finished up top of the team, 2,282 damage, 2 kills, 1,068 base XP. Pixie also had a very good game in the Panther, 783 damage, probably did a lot of assistance, which is why he was so high at 957 base XP. Marco, not so good, obviously got taken out quite early, still did nearly 500 damage, so yeah, not so bad. Shoot fired 7 shots, hit with 6 of them, and those 6 all penetrated for that 2,000 damage. He took 8 shots in return, 5 of which penetrated and 3 didn't. Frankly, should have taken a lot more, but whatever. You ride your luck sometimes in this game, and he certainly did that. It's a premium that generates quite a nice profit, so even though it's only a tier 7 tank, he made 75,000 credits. Costs are very, very low, so profit was 63,000. That was obviously a premium account. If he hadn't have done, still would have made 38,000. Which is a very healthy return. And experience wise, 1,922 with all the bonuses, and didn't get a bonus for being in a platoon because Mako was in a light tank, and the bonus only applies if you're in the same tier, even though a light tank, a tier 6 light tank, is the same as a tier 7 TD. Wargaming don't think so you don't get the bonus. So stupid. He also got, if he hadn't been running a premium, would have been 1,281 experience. So there you go. Nice game from Shoot. So welcome back to my channel. This is Gamer Dom, and this is a subscriber replay from the North American server. This is RogueShells, who's driving the tier 6 British TD, the Achilles. So the Achilles is a tank that I thought I'd really love when I got it, and should, because it is basically a British version of the Wolverine at tier 5. So the Wolverine at tier 5 is probably one of my favourite tanks in the game. I have 3 marks of excellence on the barrel, and this is kind of like a tier 6 version of it. Got the 17-pounder British gun on it, really good, very accurate, very good penetration, low alpha, rapid firing gun. I just couldn't get on with it, but RogueShells here is going to show us how to play it, because I need to know, frankly. So we're on Fisherman's Bay. It is a tier 6 game. He's got really nice matchmaking. There's not many tier 6s in the game, although his team has actually got one less than everybody else on the other side. He's come out to a typical sort of TD spot here out on the right flank, where you got really good, you can see the view range of this thing is really good. So ELC is just tormenting a Crusader up there. He's waiting to see whether he gets a shot. Nothing so far. Fires one anyway. All he did is just knock down the building and make some poor person homeless. Never mind. It's only war. And oh, there's the Crusader. There is the Crusader. Nice shot. Really nice shot. Anticipated where that light tank was going to go and looped a 17-pounder AP shell straight into him, and that was a good night. So a couple of enemy tanks appeared at the far end, as you would expect. Not necessarily expecting heavy tanks like that to be there, so he's got to support the team. Nice shot on the duck. Can you finish him off? Yes, he can. You can see the speed of reload on this tank is really nice. There's an M4 up there, but he's pulled back. There's a KV-1 up there, but we can't see him anymore. And there's an OI experiment. Well, of course there is. Nothing there. Oh, he's only just got the outline. Can he hit him now? No, can't pen him. Aiming for a flat bit of the turret, still bouncing. Switching to the M4, pen it. Oh, and then he switched to the M4 and then hit the OI instead. Finishes off the OI. Oh, there's the KV-1. Nice shot to KV-1. That's not going to be a problem for the 17-pounder gun. Look at the speed of this reload. His team's actually losing, however. You can see right out on the city flank on the 9-0 line. They push straight through, but Rogue can only deal with what he can deal with. He's taken his fourth kill, he's just taken down that KV-1. There's a TOG there too. Oh my goodness me. A Pinata. First shot, bang. Trouble is going to take him about 6 months to destroy that TOG, but he's going to work his way through it. Yum 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 yum. The TOG decided that wasn't such a good idea to push around that corner, even though he's got the hit points to do it. It's one of those things when you're in TOG, you've got the hit points, that's what it's for. You just push around, take a few hits. He could have taken out that T-34-85 and probably got safe from where Rogue would have hit him, but he didn't. He pushed back, and as a result he's probably going to get owned. Anyway, the situation on the other side has got a little bit critical. You can see the game is 6-8 in the enemy's favour. There's a KV-1 Sport and a Shafi and oh gosh, all sorts of other things out there. Let me just make that map a bit bigger so I can't see it with my eyesight. T14, there's that KV-2, M4, all coming up the other flank. And there goes our friend, which is a real shame. So Rogue's holding his fire, he's just waiting for an opportunity to fire that TOG, and then he spots an OI in the centre. Now the big problem with the Achilles is gun depression. However, he doesn't need gun depression when he's firing like this. Firing through a solid bush here, he'll never be spotted. OI doesn't know where the shells are coming from, he's just ripping him apart. Then he bounces a shot, well of course he does. There's the rest of the enemy heavies. KV-2 is a dangerous proposition. Trying to work on him primarily, don't blame him at all for that. Zoom in a bit with the shot, still bouncing. Aim for the top of the turret maybe? Don't know. Fire a few more speculatives. He's flying through solid bush, so he can't spot, and neither can the enemy. Oh, and there's a T-14, which is that premium tank. Very thick frontal armour. Not so good when it's side on to you like that. You can see there's an M4 coming up into the base. KV-85, I thought it was a KV-1 Sport. Oh, it's KV-1. KV-85 is pushing them that way. And he's pounding that position where that T-14 was last seen. So, it's coming back a bit now. The defence that they've put in place here, the Steve 42, the Swedish autoloader, artillery, the M4, there were a couple of others but they died, have held up the enemy attack on the base, and RogueShells decides it's time to relocate. And again, one of the nice things about this Churchill, oof, cracky, that M4 got absolutely wrecked, but what was he doing just sitting there in the open? I mean, come on guys. Yeah, big problem with the Achilles is gun depression. It really doesn't have very good gun depression. You can see he came up there to try and take a shot and couldn't get his gun down enough to do it, so had to pull right back. There's a Shafi coming in. He's going back into the more TD friendly spot. He's also going to be worried about anything coming up through the middle, and he's also got to worry about anything that comes down the 1-2 line. It's tricky. They're down to 3 tanks. Well, 2 tanks and an arty. The Steve 42's got 4 kills as well. So has Rogue. So GG to those two. When you get 8 of the 10 kills, you know you're having a good game. And your team aren't necessarily helping too much. So Rogue's on 1200 damage. Oh, there it is. Well, there's the Shafi. Can't get a shot on him. Doesn't need to because Steve takes him down. Can he get the KV-85? KV-85 is coming in. Yeah, fired too early there. Fired too early. It's been spotted. Enemies still have 2 arty. But look at that Swedish autoloader doing funky stuff. So that's 6 kills to Johnny. RogueShells got 4 still. They should platoon up. They platoon up. There's some serious medals to be owned. So the enemy's still got a KV-4. They've got Lefebvre artillery, which is fantastic as we all know. M44, which is a really powerful piece of artillery, and the M44's already got 2 kills. Lefebvre's got 1. KV-2 disappeared, and I don't know what happened to him. Oh, there you go. There's the invite. Yeah, that was inevitable. Between them, they've got 10 kills, and they can get brothers in arms and all sorts of other goodies by doing that. So it's 12 all. It's about the first time that Rogue's team have been even on the score, and they're doing the good thing. They're working together here, even though they're not together. Even though they didn't know each other before the game, they've platooned up. They're sticking together, and you can see that Johnny is pushing, using his superior mobility. Oh, and they didn't really want to see that. They really didn't want to see that. KV-2's all the way back there. Now the good thing is KV-2's blind as a bat, so Rogue should be able to get up there and get a shot or 2 without being spotted. Lining up the shot. Bang, first shot, nice. Low alpha on this tank, that's its big problem. And Steve's got involved too, but he took out the arty. So now they've got no eyes. But that KV-2 looked to be down to about 100 points, something like that. Oh, what is the M44 done? He's drowned himself. Wow, that's a real let-off. That is a real let-off for this team. Enemy M44 has just drowned himself. Now, Why did he kill himself? Was it deliberate or did he just slip in? Sometimes RT try and get down where you can see where Lefebvre was last seen, down in J0. Sometimes RT try and tuck themselves up around K0, and it's possible he fell in as he was trying to come back maybe, or trying to get into that position, I don't know. But whatever, it's a pretty stupid thing to do. And you can see Rogue is heading down that way. He's obviously thought, well, if we can clear the, he was probably thinking if I can clear the 2 RT, then I've got a chance to, well then they know they're a lot safer, because that KV2 has very little view range, so they can outspot him, so they can probably spot him before he sees them, and have a chance to take him out from range. Oh, there's the Lefebvre. Rogue takes a big hit. Can he get a kill? Lefebvre's trying to drop into the water. No dice. So if that M44 had stayed around, it could have been a whole different proposition. They could have killed Rogue quite easily. So Johnny's on 6 kills, Rogue's on 5. So it's been a heck of a game for this pair of them. So what they're going to do here, be kind of nice symmetry if Rogue managed to get his 6th kill and they can both get a top gun. But it looks like they're going, we're going to pin the cap. Seems an odd thing to do. You've got a KV2 with on virtually no health. Oh, and there we go. So we know that the KV2 is on the cap. So someone's helpfully saying, load gold for the KV2. You don't need gold against the KV2. Not that Rogue's got any. And it was pretty silly to get on the cap, pretty stupid, and he's dead right. I mean, it made it very obvious where he is. As it was, these guys could have trooped around and run into him and get derped at last minute by the KV2 by sitting on the cap. All they need to do is get up here, he needs to get into a nice position, use his binoculars, and he'll spot that KV. And the KV won't see him. First thing the KV will know is when a shell smacks through him. So there we go, there he is. Now then. And there we go. Johnny hits him, takes him right down, and Rogue gets the kill. No, actually no, sorry, Johnny got the kill. Okay, that was a shame. Would have been nice if, I thought Rogue had got that kill. Would have been nice if Johnny had given that one to Rogue, then it would have had 6 kills each. But anyway, GG to the pair of them. Really, really good game. So he finished up with a first class mastery, bruiser, fighter, for effect. He got brothers in arms, and he also got a crucial contribution, which is a very rare medal. You only get that if at least 12 enemy vehicles are killed by the platoon in the game. So it's pretty hard to get, but for those guys that was pretty easy. They got they got the 12s, didn't they? 7 and 5. So yeah, 12 exactly right. So not only a brothers in arms, they also got a crucial contribution. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. Let's have a look. So Johnny finished top on base XP, 2,827, and the 7 kills for 1,310 base XP. He also got fire for effect, brothers in arms, crucial contribution, bruiser, high caliber, and of course top gun. Rogue in the Achilles had a really nice game, 2,541 damage, 5 kills, 1,082 base XP. Nice game. So Rogue fired 35 shots in that game, whopping great number of shells, 28 hits, 20 penetrations for that 2,500 damage. He took only 1 hit, but it did pen him. He did fire an awful lot of premium, naughty boy. But I'm reliably told by ShootAndScoot, who plays on the American server, that there's quite a lot of gold fired in the American server, so maybe that's not unusual. So he made nearly 40,000 credits. After all the costs he had, he actually made a loss of 3,443 credits, which would have been a whopping 16,000, 18,000, can't quite read that, a heap load of credit loss if he hadn't been running a premium account. Did very well on his experience, 1,600 was the experience. He was actually running personal reserves, so he got another 1600 there, and he got various other things here, ×2 personal missions. Gave him a whopping 5,300 XP. Would have been 3,500 in a non-premium account. So there you go. That's the Achilles, the tier 6 American, British, I keep saying American, tier 6 British TD. Sort of the sister tank of the Wolverine. Nice to see that played. I say I just didn't really get on with it terribly well, but I love the look of it. I may have to at some point when it's on half price. I might go back and buy it and recrew it and have another try at it, because I think I should like it. But anyway, good game. Hope you enjoyed that game. If you did, please consider giving it a like, and maybe subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Just click on the subscribe button down below, and that's all that happens. No cost, nothing to you. You just get notified when any of my videos get uploaded to YouTube, so you know they're there to go and have a look at your convenience. Anyway, hope you have good games over the weekend. Enjoy your games, have fun. That's what it's all about. It is just a game. Don't take it too seriously, and I'll see you again soon.